Alright, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are here in the cockpit. It's 6:54 a.m. I've kind of done my research for the morning. I'm fairly happy with all my plays. I'll go over them real quick, and then, as usual, I'll do a recap around 9:30 or 10, and let everyone know how we did. So yesterday, or the past 2 days, we've added 2% to the account each day. I think the past 3 days. So we're on schedule right now. Everything's looking good. I'll go over the plays for this morning. I've got IRDM. These guys are a satellite company, which is pretty hot right now. Kind of rotating out of some of my data center plays this morning because they've all been running hot, and we have some like renewed flare-ups in the Middle East right now, which kind of, I feel like the market's kind of pulled back a little bit today, or at the very least remain flat. So all these stocks that ran up the past few days that I've been doing well with, they need to pull back a little bit, a healthy pullback, and then I can get re-involved. But for now, I'm kind of rotating out of those a little bit. So we have IRDM. It's a satellite company. These guys missed earnings, so I don't think that this is necessarily um, going to be a big growth play. I do like the chart. It's bottomed out here, and we've shown a few green days, and I think it's actually up a little bit this morning. Not very much, but a little bit. So I'm kind of expecting this one to be a safe play. Um, the next one we have is Intel. Everybody knows Intel. They do microchips and computer stuff. These guys beat earnings really good, and then you can see where they gapped up here on earnings, and they've been kind of steadily climbing higher. I expect they've been kind of bouncing around this 100 mark, and I think they've done it again here in pre-market. So I think they're going to break through 100 today. We'll see what happens with that. That's kind of more of an intuition guess. It's like running right now, as you can see, moving towards 100. Rocket Lab, this is one that maybe I shouldn't have taken today. It's up a little bit in pre-market. It goes along with the satellite play that I got going on here. We haven't played the satellite stuff here in a minute. I think they're due for a move. I will probably get out of this one today because whatever it does, it has earnings in 2 days, and I think it's expected to miss. So I don't want to be in that. That's my only sus play for the day, I think. Now, this one is extremely oversold and beaten down, as you can see from the daily here. It was trading at, at one point it was trading over $200 a share, $240 a share. So, yeah, we're completely beaten down. This is one that Claude, I follow Claude on autopilot just to kind of see what the moves it's doing, and it's pretty heavily invested in this one. The AI thinks that this one is oversold and it is not a fair valuation. So I think it got into it at 90 about, I want to say it got in about 2 weeks ago in here somewhere. And it's just been kind of consolidating. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's down right now. Marvell, they do semiconductors. Has been the hottest segment of the market recently, and as you can see, it had this huge run up, little pullback, big run up, bigger pullback, run up. We had a little pullback yesterday. Um, these guys beat earnings. They're like, just a really solid company, and I do think it's too extended, but every time you say that, they just keep going up. So This one's more of a gut feeling rather than any kind of, like I said, they beat earnings though, so it's a solid company. Robinhood, I got back in on this one. Let's see, I sold it yesterday for 78.44. I got back in at, wait, I sold it for 77. So I sold it for basically $1 cheaper, and I got back in. Um, I was getting out of it yesterday, just taking profits because it was at the highs for the day, and it's as you can see, it closed at 76.53. So it was a good sell. Um, we locked in a couple dollars a share. I think I had 4 shares of it or something. Um, but it's continuing to climb, and I think this one's got some upside to it because of the fact of the PDT rule going away and some other things they have going on. Um, if you look at the daily, this thing should be higher. I think it needs to be somewhere around the $90 mark is where I think a fair, right around where the 200 moving average is. So that's kind of a gut feeling. I think that one's just going to go up the closer we get to that PDT roll thing. I got back into Ethereum and I took out yesterday because I was taking profits, and then I checked them this morning and they're kind of right back at the level where I took them out. So I avoided the dip. I mean, you could argue that I could have just held them, but if they hadn't have gone back up, I would have lost that money, and I just wanted to lock it in. Palantir is probably the play I'm looking at the most today because they sold off pretty hard on earnings, and their earnings were really good. I mean, they knocked it out of the park, and I don't think they should have sold off, but that's kind of like what I've noticed is what the institutional buyers and sellers will do is they sell the news, let the stock fall, even on good earnings. They'll sell the news, let the stock fall, and then rebuy it whenever it hits a lower price. That's pretty much what the big boys do, and I'm just kind of trying to follow what they're doing. So as you can see right now, it's trying to go up. I was debating on whether to take about 5 shares of this because I really feel like it's going to go up today, but I just took one, and my feeling is it's the safer play because if it does flush and it goes down to 135 or something like that, I can buy in for some more shares and cost basis my trade down. So I guess the danger is that it just never comes down and it runs, and in that case, I won't have made like what I should have. But it is what it is. You just kind of have to you gotta play the market, not let the market play you. So that's kind of what we're trying to do here. Anyway, that's my picks for the morning, and I'll get back with you guys around 9:30 or 10 and let you know how everything went. I have about $500 today, so I've only spent about 2/3 of my account on pre-market moves, and I'm holding because I want to see if we get any value at the open. Oh, one other thing before I go. I did make a play on a small capper this morning. CLRB. You can check it out real quick. As you can see, I bought it for $5.29 and I sold for about 30 cents on 23 shares. So that was a nice little play. And look up here. You can see how bad it sold off. So I got in on this first move right here. Obviously, I didn't get the whole thing, but yeah, I could have played that a little better. That seems to be a tendency of mine to sell too soon, but well, let's look at it on the. Let's see, I bought it at 5.29. Yeah, I think I bought it right here and then sold. I bought it somewhere in here and sold the top, and then it looks like it went up a couple more. If I had stayed in for 2 or 3 more minutes, I could have caught the bigger move, but that's something I'm working on. That's a feel thing. You definitely don't want to be holding it too long, because if you hold it too long and then it starts doing this, look over here, you don't want to be a part of that. So, all right, well, I'll get with you guys here in a couple hours and we'll see how everything went.